The second management program that can be adapted by the organization here is the participative management program. So, how the organization can increase the participation of the employees in decision making. So, the importance of being able to control or to at least to predict future outcomes is well recognized by the organizational researchers. So, having opportunities to make one's own choices and the freedom and the ability to influence events in one's surroundings can be intrinsically motivating and highly rewarding. So, uh, in the other way, when opportunities for control are absent and the people feel just trapped in an environment that is neither controllable nor predictable, both their psychological as well as their physical health are likely to suffer. And in most organizations, employees are and feel controlled by organizational rules, policies, and procedures. Often, these rules and procedures have their roots in an earlier era of the organization and are no longer as appropriate as once they were. So, nevertheless, they are enforced until new rules are developed. So, then too, frequently new rules are should be created by the people in the highest levels of the organization and then posed upon those at the lower levels. But sometimes the new rules are an improvement over the old rules. Other times they are not. Regardless of whether the new rules or procedures are an improvement, lower level employees are likely to perceive them as another organizational event over which they have had no control. And the recent studies of burnout suggest that the increasing employees' participation in decision making process and thus increasing their control can be an effective way to prevent burnout. So, in addition to increasing employee feelings of control, participation in decision making may help to prevent burnout by clarifying their role expectations and giving employees an opportunity to reduce some of the role conflicts that they experience. So, here the level of role, the lack of clarity, the ambiguity, and role conflict that people experience are strongly related to burnout. So, besides giving workers a feeling of control, participation in decision making gives them a power to remove obstacles to effective performance, thereby reducing frustration and strain. So, the first way in which the employees can use their increased power is to basically giving them the others to change expectations, to persuade others for the employee's behavior that conflicts with employees' own views. So, through the repeated interchanges required by participative decision making, organization members can also gain a better understanding of the demands and the constraints faced by others. When the conflicts other people face become clear, perhaps for the first time, negotiation over which expectations should be changed to reduce inherent conflicts is likely to be occurred. So, in another way, consequence of the increased communication that results from participative decision making is being isolated from the co-workers and supervisors. So here, what happens is that through their discussions, the employees learn more about others, that is the formal and informal expectations. They also learn about the organization's formal and informal policies and procedures. So this information can help reduce the feelings of role ambiguity, and it also makes it easier for the person to perform his or her job effectively. So, in addition to preventing burnout, by reducing role conflict and ambiguity, participation in decision making it helps prevent burnout by also encouraging the development of a social support network among co-workers. Because even the study says that among employees, one of the most important function of a social support network is that it assures the worker that he or she is not only the one who is experiencing difficulties on the job. So, making an increasing participative work, it's a very good promising strategy for keeping burnout to be a minimum. However, among the most difficult issues in setting up a number of factors that can determine whether increasing participation is likely to be effective or to just backfire. Two guidelines to be definitely be followed. One, an employee's input is most valuable when the decisions involved will have a direct impact on his or her day-to-day activities. So it should be taken care that the employee's decision has been taken into. Second, asking employees to provide input into a decision and then ignoring their advice is worse than never having asked their opinions. So, most employees recognize that there are some decisions for which they are unprepared to provide meaningful input because they do not have all of the relevant information. However, most employees do consider themselves to be experts at their own particular jobs and in the workings of their own particular units. So, by necessity, people in other jobs and other departments in the organization are less in tune with the factors that affect how well one is able to perform his or her job. Therefore, to have such people making decisions about procedures and policies that will affect one's own job creates frustration and a sense of lack of control. So, and finally, we can say that by giving employees the opportunity to provide input into decisions that affect them directly, supervisors and managers will find that the better quality decisions are made because the unintended negative side effects of a particular decision are more likely to have foreseen by the workers. So, in addition, the employees will have a more positive attitudes towards implementing decisions that they helped make in it.